Shalom, like give all honor and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakadosh.
Double to our apostles and elders and great millstone. Salutations to all you sincere occupation word across four corners of the earth. The blessings going into the mighty Lord sending the plagues. And you see throughout the news, this Ebola virus going on. You know, this bubonic plague is happening around the world. So all this pertains to the scriptures, man. And all this was going to be foretold to us by Yahushua, our big brother, that these are the things we need to be looking for before his second return.
This is Matthew 24:3. It says, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, when shall these things be? And what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world?
Yep. And the disciples, it was in the right spirit. Lord willing, we are, you know, part of the same men coming back as well in our stead, because that's what you're supposed to be looking for, you know, the end of this world. And when you say world, that's going to the Greek word ion, which means this period of age, this society, this American rulership. So that's what we're looking forward to, because this is our captivities. That's like you at a state penitentiary and you have a prisoner that's continually looking forward to staying there in prison. That's how we are in America and across the four corners of the earth. We prisoners here, so we're looking forward to be released by Yahushua. Go ahead, bro.
And Yahushua answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you.
Yep. All right. Now jump to verse 7 to 8.
Verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. And all these are the beginning of sorrow.
Come.
You know, you said that basically we're prisoners, you know, and we're waiting to be redeemed. This is Isaiah 51:14. The captive exiles hasteneth that he may be loosed, and that he should not die in the pit, nor that his bread should fail. I'm going to read that again. It states Isaiah 51:14. The captive exile hasteneth that he may be loosed. All right, and so Lord willing, like the brother is going into, we are the hopeful elect, because all we want to do is be redeemed and live in a righteous manner, beginning with Yahushua and the 12. It states and that he should not die in a pit. And what is the pit? The system. Okay, because the system entraps you from every angle, going into every mannerism of life, nor that his bread should fail. And what Yahushua stated, that all we want is our daily bread, man. So with that type of mindset, you use the world and don't abuse the world, you know?
Yeah, everything is a trap here, from trying to, get a car loan, student loans. You know, if you're trying to buy a house, you know, everything is all a trap. Esau, he has everything already mapped and planned out, how he wanted to just continue to make money off of you, man, because we slaves, you know.
If I may add, I mean, the philosophies in America is a pit. Christianity is a pit. All right, Esau's supremacy is a pit. Your history, what he told you, is a pit. The Queen of Heaven worship, that's a pit. Hey, all these pits starts in your mind, man. If you got a dog and you open the fence, and the reason why that dog doesn't leave outside that fence, because it's what you put inside that dog's mind, man. He's tame.
That's right.
Matthew 24:7. It says, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places.
All right, so we get pestilence in Greek.
Okay. And this is pestilence in Greek.
Strong's G 3061.
Lamos states a pestilence. It's a point, a plague, literally the disease.
And you look up the word plague, it says a highly infectious epidemic disease, especially one with a high rate of fatality, and it says a pestilence. Okay, So we got an article we're gonna bring out, and Lord willing, this will be edifying.
Okay, this is the article. The source is naturalnews.com. And the title is Congo Ebola outbreak exploding right on schedule. Hospital workers flee. And the date is May 5th, 2019 by Vicky Batts. It states Ebola is overtaking the Democratic Republic of Congo, a nation that is also currently being ravaged by war and unrest. Some 100 militants control the area around Butembo, a city in the nation's eastern region. Butembo is the epicenter of Congo's Ebola outbreak, but it is also home to other dangers, especially for healthcare workers. As economists notes, locals are known for being wary of health workers and distrusting them. Locals have even gone so far as to attack and kill medical staff. But perhaps there is a reason for that. Ebola has been presented to us as a disease, but many experts have cautioned that this virus could actually be a weapon.
Yep, and that's exactly what it is. That's Esau going to part of his new world order is depopulating the earth. And let's get to Genesis, bro.
All right, this is Genesis chapter 27, verse 38. And Esau said unto his father, Hast thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father.
Yep.
And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. And Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above.
Right.
And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck.
Yep, and that's part of Esau's blessing is the sword. That's why he has all this different technology, all this different nuclearized weapons. You know, he has these different satellites. You know, his vaccinations. All this stuff leads up to death. You know what I'm saying? Cause he's known as that's his spirit, and that's the blessing that Yahweh Shah blessed him with, as far as being a weapon. And this right here, you're gonna read into this article. You're gonna show you how Ebola was always created to be a weapon against the public, man. So they doing this right now in Congo. You find out through this article that they actually just doing tests and trials. So they trying to get everything ready for America, Babylon the Great, man. But they want everything to be set and perfect for Babylon the Great once everything is set off. Okay.
I had a real quick one too.
Yeah, bro.
Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
Yep. So Yahweh Shah, he's going to disappoint Esau with his new world order. He's going to get, a pretty good, length with it, but at the same time, he's going to disappoint him ultimately because he's not going to be able to fulfill his belly with this new world order. But the anger of Yahweh Shah is going to be set upon Esau, and it's going to come down on 2/3 of the nation of Israel and also these other nations in America.
This St. John 10:10. The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy.
Yep.
I am come that they might have life and that they might have it more abundant.
Yep. And that's Esau's main agenda, man, to steal and destroy. How he got America, he stole it. Every other country you see out there, and you look at their resources and things as such, and you go back to how that country was established or the name of that country, Esau changed the name after he robbed and spoiled those nations, man. Just like he do nationalities. Now he's calling himself Australian. When you actually look up into Australia, you see those so-called dark-skinned people, man. Everything he does is he steal and destroy, and he pretends like he's the good guy at the end of the day when he get called out about it.
Mm-hmm. Hey, bro, I got a quick one for you. Hey, this is Jeremiah 34:16. But ye turned and polluted my name, and caused every man his servant, and every man his handmaid, whom ye had set at liberty at their pleasure, to return, and brought them into subjection to be unto you for servants and for handmaids. Okay, and this was basically during the time of Jeremiah. The Most High had basically informed Zedekiah to, after 7 years, to let all the Hebrew slaves free. Okay, but this is the point. Verse 17. Therefore, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, ye have not hearkened unto me, in proclaiming liberty, every one to his brother, and every man to his neighbor. This is the point. Behold, I proclaim a liberty for you, saith the Lord Yahweh, to the sword, to the pestilence, and to the famine. And I will make you to be removed into all the kingdoms of the earth.
And then Esau been setting people up, for this pestilence by weakening the immune system of the masses, man. All right, through his chemtrails, through his GMO food, all right, through the fluorine water. He has been constantly breaking down people's immune system. These vaccinations. Yeah. All these things break down your immune system so that pestilence can get to work, man, when you're exposed to it, man.
That's right.
Because your body, all right, naturally fights off, Esau's pestilence, man. But if he has your immune system so weak, you can imagine, the alkaline level of average person, man. Most likely it's acidic, man.
Yep. Then, you got, Lord willing, his spirit upon us, he had that spiritual shield over us, just like Wi-Fi alone, that breaks down your immune system. Wow. You know what I'm saying? It's just certain things that Esau always has planned out. And once he comes down with his great wrath, it's going to overtake the people. I read an article a while back. It says, the first people that's going to pretty much die off first is the ones that depend on medications, man.
Right. And that's what immune means. Free, exempt.
If I could just add, the American diet breaks down your immune system.
Yeah.
Because you got to feed your military, right? But if your diet doesn't give your immune system, your body, any minerals, how's your body going to protect itself? It's weak.
That's right, man. And Esau, he knows this, man. That's why he's constantly testing these out on other countries, because he's trying to get everything right for America, man. And
I'm back in the article. This is back into the article. Ebola has been presented to us as a disease, but many experts have cautioned that this virus could actually be a weapon. There have already been reports of terrorist organizations attempting to use Ebola as a weapon. It is not hard to believe that the United States government conspired to do the same. Some experts have spoken out about the U.S. government's search, government's secret biological warfare research in African countries that also just so happen to be Ebola hotspots, with some even suggesting that our own military is testing weaponized viruses on innocent people. While such theories are often lambasted as conspiracy theories, it isn't really that hard to believe. The U.S. government has been testing bio-warfare weapons on American citizens for decades. And then, you think about Gad. You think about Gad, how they infiltrate, their kingdom with smallpox.
And that's nothing, that's how like I said, it's nothing new on the sun, because that bubonic plague goes back to measles and really smallpox. It's the same thing Esau used for Gad on those blankets, man.
Yeah, you had a brother to break that down, starting with the Oppenheimers, man. Because that's a form of witchcraft to construct a disease that kills many people.
Yeah.
But the brother basically broke down, look, the Oppenheimers, when Esau came back into power, not the Oppenheimers, but the Ottoman Empire.
Oh, yeah.
When Esau came back into power, man, they pretty much was behind those black plagues, man.
Yep. And that goes to show you that the Most High basically does the same thing as well, because during the Dark Ages, that bubonic plague, he utilized that to thin us out, because we were a stronger people compared to Esau. It was our time to go down, and at the same time frame, he's utilizing that again, just to thin out the herd.
Yeah, they just got a measles outbreak now. So,
that's what the bubonic plague is.
And guess what? And of course, the elder from Cali brought this out. That was on that I Am Legend.
They brought it out, man. You got to think about Esau. Well, I'm gonna get this scripture later on, Lord willing, but he look at himself as the Most High as well, so he feels justified in spirit. He has to forewarn the people as well, and how he forewarn the people through different music videos or through different movies. He tells you what's about to happen before it actually happens, man. Because he thinks he's the Most High. All right. Yeah, and going back to right here, I said some experts are calling this stuff like a biological warfare research. That just let you know these whistleblowers are coming out more and more so, and they pretty much letting the cat out the bag, man. They letting the people know what's about to ready to happen. And you look at the word whistleblower, it says a person who exposes any kind of information or activity that is deemed illegal, unethical, or not correct within the organization that is either private or public. And that's also biblical prophecy right here. We got it right here, bro.
His Psalm 64:8. They shall make their own tongues to fall upon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
All that see them shall flee away.
Yep. And the biggest secret or the biggest power of the Illuminati is with their secrecy. And you look up just Illuminati quotes on Google, you see all different presidents from Jefferson, all of them. They was also talking about the Illuminati. They always say it was a small group of men that actually controls everything around this world. And they was actually afraid of these guys. But you got more and more so these different whistleblowers are coming out and exposing this government. All right, bro, you got it.
All right, back into the article, it states some experts have spoken out about the U.S. government's secret biological warfare research in African countries that also just so happen to be Ebola hotspots. With some even suggesting that our own military is testing weaponized viruses on innocent people. Well, I read that.
Mm-hmm. Wow, such theories.
So what, bro? Okay, yeah, come. While such theories are often lambasted as conspiracy theories, it isn't really that hard to believe. The U.S. government has been testing bio-warfare weapons on American citizens for decades. Surely they have no qualms about doing it to anyone else.
That's right. Keep going.
Ebola epidemic or engineered. If you follow the mainstream media, you've probably heard that Ebola comes from tainted bush meat in West Africa. But what most of the media won't say is that until 2013, Ebola had never been seen in West Africa. A 2-year-old boy in the remote village of Meliandu, Guyana, was the first case. Scientists has never determined how he contracted it or where it came from. What they do know is that Ebola somehow managed to travel 35,000 kilometers across the African continent and infect that little boy's community, apparently without infecting anyone else along the way. Francis Boyle, a professor at the University of Illinois College of Law, has posted that the appearance of the virus in West Africa was no accident. In an interview with SIA Novosti, he said, U.S. government agencies have a long history of carrying out allegedly defensive biological warfare research at labs in Liberia and Sierra Leone. This includes the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, which is now the point agency for managing the Ebola spill over into the U.S.
There you go, the CDC, man. They over there right now testing. They actually have these different diseases over there. It's a good show on Netflix. It's called Containment. And it was based in Atlanta and showing you a disease outbreak happening in the city. And it actually showed you how the CDC was actually holding that disease and they in their building. And they unleashed it out on the people, man. So how much more when all hell break loose in America, what Esau's going to do? He's letting us know right now through all these different shows and movies what he's about to get ready to do. He's testing it right now down in Western Africa, man. All right?
I got a precept.
Go ahead, man.
This 2 Corinthians 2:11. At least Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices.
Yeah, that's right. You got it.
So we're not ignorant, Esau's devices, man. When it comes to these pestilence, when it comes to his vaccinations, when it comes to all his witchcraft, man.
And I'm just gonna say this right quick. Although we have the Most High on our team, man, brothers got to start investing in food that boosts up your immune system. Yeah. Not just for this measles breakout, but just in general, man. You got to counter Esau's system.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's definitely a smart move to do, man. And it's not just being carnal, man. They don't trust in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shai, he know what situation we are in. He see us trying, do something on our behalf. He's going to help us out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because in Sirach 38, it tells you to go to the physician and pray to the Most High. So faith without works is dead.
That's right, man.
It don't matter if it's small or big. Right. All of it important,
You just can't sit there and eat Mickey D's every day. Well, the Most High, he got me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you at least got to try on your part, too, And, these, different shows and movies brothers can check out. And I'll just, Google disease outbreak movies and Containment, Contagion, I Am Legend, Bird Box, The Crazies, Outbreak, 28 Days Later, Cabin Fever, Flu, Quarantine. All these movies are about some type of disease outbreak. And just let you know what Esau he's planning to do on America. And so let's get to 2 Thessalonians 2:4.
And y'all look up that word epidemic, it means among the people.
Yeah, Isaiah 14.
I said I looked up that term epidemic, it means among the people.
Epi means own, I think. Endemic.
Yeah.
Dem goes back to people.
And pandemic, I think it's a little bit more.
All people.
You said second Thessalonians 2
and 4.
You
gotta think why Esau is bringing this stuff out. You know what I'm saying? He's showing through his movies, on his shows, because he's trying to forewarn people what's about to get ready to happen. Yeah, bro.
2 Thessalonians 2 and 4. It says, who opposes and exalted himself above all above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he is as the Most High, sitting in the temple as the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High.
Yep, that's Esau's characteristics right there. He's showing himself that he's the Most High. And he's going to really show himself as the Most High when he implement this RFID chip, which is the mark of the beast in the Bible, man. Because he want to tag everybody. He want to pretend like he's the Heavenly Father, man.
That's some super praying right there.
Good.
Yeah, the book Isaiah 14:14. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yeah. So that's Esau's inner thoughts, man. And you can see it in his actions, man. Because everything that Yahweh Shai made is perfect, man. That's why when the Elohim was creating everything in the beginning, what they say, it is good. It is good, man. But Esau comes and try to make modification to what was already good, man. That's him saying that he's the Most High. He has an alternative way outside the ways of Yahweh Shai, man.
I'm the more high.
Yep.
I can do more than the Most High.
All right, kind of, I can get through that.
Yeah.
Some good stuff in there. I think we had,
last paragraph.
Yeah, he added.
Yeah, kind. He added, why has the Obama administration dispatched the troops to Liberia when they have no training to provide medical treatment to dying Africans? How did Zaire Ebola get to West Africa from about 3,500 kilometers away from where it was first identified in 1976? The U.S. government's patent on any and all forms of Ebola is also pretty suspicious.
Yep.
Patenting pathogens. As Mike Adams, founder of Natural News and Brighton reports, the CDC was awarded a patent on the Ebola virus in 2010, 3 years before Ebola suddenly appeared in West Africa. Adams reports that the patent gives the government agency ownership over all variants of Ebola, which share 70% or more of the protein sequences described in the patent, as well as ownership over any and all Ebola viruses which are weakened or killed.
Yep. So Esau already had a patent on Ebola 3 years before it came out to the public, man. And at least so was the scripture brother brought out in John 10:10. How thief come and steal and to destroy, man. But that's his main agenda to do. Because he's trying to fulfill that, Georgia Guidestone maintain human population under 500 million, you know?
And they let you know, he knows Jake in West Africa too.
Yeah. Because he said this when he was Esau, that his days were, coming after Jacob, he's going to slay him. Yeah, he still had that same spirit. We're going to see that ancient hatred in Esau in these days that's coming, man. All right. Yeah, bro. I got something.
I just sang Esdras 2, started
15 and 5.
15, Esdras 15:5. Behold, said the Most High, I bring plagues into the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Keep going.
Yeah. Verse 11.
Verse 11. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before.
So Yahweh Shai, he smite Egypt with these type of plagues aforetime. So this Egypt 2.0, he's gonna do it again. But this time it's gonna be way worse than it was, because this the last of it all, man. So according to like different movies, you have the end of the movie. It has more climax to it, man. So that's how America's destruction is going to be. Okay.
My bad. I'm sorry. I got a quick one. At Revelation 6:4, and there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword. Yeah, you can tell that this red horse, you can liken that to the Edomites. Okay, going into this system, man. Okay, so this man is geared towards to kill and destruction. All right, because at the end of the day, this world has been given into his hand, and he sees that he's transitioning to go down out of rulership. So therefore, he's trying to bring any and everybody down with him, man.
Because ultimately, Esau, he want to get that blessing back, man. That's what it's all about,
And we destroy all the land thereof. Esdras 15:49. I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine.
It said widowhood because there's gonna be a lot of widows here because their husband gonna go over there to the Middle East and they're not coming back, man. Okay.
Famine, sword, pestilence, to waste our houses with destruction and death.
Yep. And that's a cut on Nate because he said that Jacob's trouble is not going to happen. That it's going to be World War III going on, and that Yahweh is going to come back and deliver the elect. But right here, why I keep talking about I'm going to smite Egypt like I did aforetime? Let's talk about a new Egypt, man. You got to question these guys when they come out with this stuff. I'm talking to Nate's congregation. Y'all don't never question anything he say. And that dude on that video said he passed, right? Yeah.
I think I heard somebody say that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying, he kept asking, Nathaniel explain, Jacob's trouble in the book of Daniel, 12th chapter, man. But Nate really couldn't explain it,
They read from slave Bible.
Yeah. Like, you just keep, that's how he's set up, man, because you keep talking, reading things about different plagues and pestilences and famines and, sword, it's not talking about what happened before time, it's talking about what's about to get ready to happen, man. We gotta go through that before Yahweh returns back.
The Most High about to prove a point, man.
Yeah.
You gotta get his fear back in the earth, man. Nobody fears Yahweh Shai. Esau, this guy so bad, Esau throw a shot at the Most High and Famine guy or something, man.
Yeah.
So imagine how the Most High, that the most powerful entity, all right, hands down, how he finna come at the earth, man. Look at all the disrespect over the centuries, man. Painting the image of his son as an Edomite. They painted him as an Edomite, all the Israelites as Edomites, man. And just lied on the Bible, man. It says salvation is for everyone, And look how they did the nation of Israel, man, especially the elect, man.
Right.
Yeah, Jordan Lucas. You see how he disrespected the Most High with that song and shit, bro.
What is I ain't
Huh?
You cursing out the Most High, like,
The Most High.
why you take Biggie? Why you take Pop?
Oh,
Why you take Nipsey Hussle?
man.
He in the church cursing out the Most High, like, who, like, you know.
And then drinking Hennessy.
Yeah, then you know you got Ariana Grande.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got Ariana Grande. You know she came out. You know God was a woman. You know just continued. You know just blaspheming the Most High, man. So he gotta show his spirit somehow. Like you know he just according to Nate, World War III just gonna happen. How people gonna be feared today? You know what I'm saying? Something gotta happen in America for you. How about Shah's name be truly known, man?
It's gonna be drawn out.
Mm-hmm.
And why?
No, go ahead, bro.
So I say. It's gonna be a lot of people die by famine.
Yeah.
You don't die by famine in 2-3 days, man. That's a process.
Yeah.
Man. You gotta, your organs gotta shut down. Your body gotta eat on your muscles, and all these different things gotta happen, man. It's gonna be drawn out, man. It's gonna be you gonna think about the terror of the Lord for hours upon hours and days upon days, weeks upon weeks, man.
You know, that's why it says in Romans how the Most High was all about making this power known in Egypt. Egypt went through that process of getting destroyed, man. Bodies dropped like flies. Hey, ultimately, that was the Most High showing this power, like, nah, this is me. And then the Most High set up Egypt, that's to destroy it so the whole world can fear.
That's right.
Because Egypt was likened to America back then.
Yeah, that's right. And your brother just read how he smite Egypt 4 times, so it's gonna happen again. You know. I get Jeremiah.
Jeremiah 21:6. And I will smite the inhabitants of this city, both man and beast. They shall die of a great pestilence.
That's why you see these different movies out here. And all of these different movies, you see people dying of a great pestilence, man. So it's going to happen here in America. That's something we trying to get spiritually prepared for. But it's going to happen. How about Shah said something going to happen? He said he's a man that he should not lie. So all these prophecies that we've been reading about is going to come to approach, man. You know? All right, go ahead. Back to that one. Finish. Oh, yes. Y'all got something?
Second Chronicle, you get it now?
Yeah, I think I got it.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12. Start at verse 8. It said, nevertheless, even those thou sparedest as men, and didst send wasps, forerunners of thine host, to destroy them little by little. Going to how he was destroying the Canaanites before he came to the land.
Yep.
And it said, not that thou wasn't able to bring the ungodly or to destroy them at once with cruel beasts or with one rough word, but executing the judgments upon them by little and little, thou gavest them place of repentance, not being ignorant that there were a knowledge generation, and that their matters was bred in them, and that their cogitation would never be changed. You know, so the Most High, he brought on these plagues and increments, man. So that's how he's going to do now. These plagues just going to engulf these people, man. Like, you know how you cook the frog? You know how the Most High? Yeah, that's how the Most High finna do these people, man. They gonna slowly turn up their temperature. All right, before you know it, you're gonna be engulfed. All right, in the wrath of Yahweh Shem Al Shai, man.
Yeah. You compare this, all these afflictions, like untimely, like when like when a little baby being born. You know, these different birth pains. You know, it's like in increments, man. Like your brother just said. You know, I got it.
Second Chronicles 28 and 9. If when evil cometh upon us as a sword, judgment, or pestilence, or famine, we stand before this house in thy presence. For thy name is in this house, and cry unto thee in our affliction, then thou wilt hear and help.
Yep. So that's like Lord willing, he keep the spirit upon us. We continue to call upon his name, Yahweh Bashar Shah, and the name being in this house, man. And protect our loved ones as well. Because when Esau comes, he's going to come in that great wrath. And he's going to have a form of spiritual power on that left-hand side. Pursuant to Isaiah, the 10th chapter, I said, Yahweh Shah, call him the seer and the rod of his angers in my indignation. So that's going to be the Most High's righteous judgment placed on Esau to put on 2/3 of the nation of Israel and these other nations, man. So Lord willing, we're going to be part of that, man. We stay strong, we continue, keep pushing, man, truth and sincerity. Y'all got anything to add? Okay. And with that, man, we hope y'all edify and give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakodash. Hey, double once again to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, sincere Akim. Shalom.
Shalom.